Perhaps no other city in Europe can integrate history and modernization, art and sports, nature and humanity as perfectly as Barcelona. In this issue, we are going to talk about the pearl of the Iberian Peninsula, Barcelona. Barcelona is located in the northeast of the Iberian Peninsula, adjacent to the Mediterranean Sea. It is the second largest city in Spain, as well as the capital of the autonomous community of Catalonia and the provincial capital of Barcelona. In 201 BC, after the Second Punic War, the Romans conquered this place, and the old city area of Barcelona began to take shape. After 2,000 years of historical changes, it has grown into a world-renowned Mediterranean tourist destination and a famous historical and cultural city. The urban architecture perfectly integrates ancient civilization and modern civilization. It is a palace for artists, with as many as 9 World Heritage Sites, 7 of which were created by Gaudi alone. At the same time, it is also the largest industrial center, a base for trade and finance in Spain, as well as the largest port and wharf along the Mediterranean coast. So, what exactly can we see when we go to Barcelona? Let's start with the most famous building in Barcelona, the Sagrada Familia. As the masterpiece of the Spanish architectural master Gaudi, it has been under construction since 1882 and remains unfinished. Listed as a World Heritage Site in 2005, it has now become the most famous landmark in Barcelona. After that, it takes about 20 minutes walk to reach one end of Passeig de Gràcia. This is one of the most famous streets in Barcelona, which owns numerous luxury brand stores. The other end of the street leads to Plaça de Catalunya in the city center. 2 of Antoni Gaudi's outstanding works, the Casa Milà and the Casa Batlló, are located on both sides of the street. In 1984, the Casa Milà was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. It is the last private residence designed by Antoni Gaudi. Its wavy exterior, unique rooftop chimneys, and other features showcase ingenious design ideas. It is one of the most frequently featured landmark buildings on postcards of Barcelona. The Casa Batlló, with its wavy facade inlaid with colorful ceramic tiles and glass fragments, is full of magical charm. It is a renovation work by Antoni Gaudi between 1904 and 1906. It is said that its design was inspired by the mythical story of the Catalan hero, Saint George, fighting the dragon. In 2005, the Casa Batlló was inscribed on the World Heritage List. Walking along Passeig de Gràcia and passing through Plaça de Catalunya, you will arrive at another bustling street, La Rambla. This street starts from Plaça de Catalunya in the city center, and extends all the way to the port by the sea. It is 1,200 meters long, and is a must-visit scenic spot for those traveling to Barcelona. Plaça de Catalunya, at the northern end, is the central square of Barcelona, serving as the city's transportation hub and an important public activity venue. The Mercat de la Boqueria, on the right side in the middle, is the oldest market in Barcelona. It brings together a wide variety of fresh ingredients, vegetables, and fruits. Different from ordinary vegetable markets, they are full of aesthetic and artistic creativity. At the southern end is the famous monument to Christopher Columbus, which was built during the 1888 Barcelona World Exposition in memory of the navigator Christopher Columbus. The observation deck at its top allows you to have a 360-degree view of the city and the port from a high place. Starting from Plaça de Catalunya, it takes about 5 minutes walk to enter the Gòtic area. The Gòtic area is the historical center of the city of Barcelona and one of the components of the Old Town of Barcelona. The Barcelona Cathedral is located in the heart of the Gòtic area. It is the cathedral of the Archdiocese of Barcelona in the Catholic Church, and was first built during the most prosperous period of Barcelona, from the 13th to the 15th century. There is also the Picasso Museum nearby, which houses a large number of Picasso's works. Although Picasso spent most of his life and creative period in France, the formative period of his artistic creation was precisely in Barcelona. It takes about 2 minutes walk to reach the Palau de la Música Catalana. It is one of the masterpieces of Lluís Domènech I Montaner, a modernist architect who was contemporary with Antoni Gaudi. It is not only one of the landmark buildings in Barcelona, but also an outstanding representative of Catalan modernist style. In 1997, the Palau de la Música Catalana was listed as a World Cultural Heritage by UNESCO. In addition to the above representative attractions in Barcelona, I think there are 4 other buildings that are worth mentioning. One of them is the Casa Vicens. As Antoni Gaudi's first independent design project, it is renowned for its colorful tiles and Moorish-style decorations. It was completed in 1883. In 2005, it was recognized as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Another one is Parc Güell, originally designed by Gaudi as a private residential project for the Güell family. Later converted into a public park in 1926, it stands as representative of Gaudi's organic integration of nature and architecture. The park features various buildings decorated with colorful mosaics, and was inscribed on the World Cultural Heritage List by UNESCO in 1984. In addition, there is the hospital building complex designed by Luis Domènech I Montaner. Also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it features independent inpatient ward buildings and a central garden, integrating the natural environment into the medical space. It is one of the most important modernist building complexes in Europe. Finally, there is the famous Camp Nou. Since its completion in 1957, it has served as the home stadium of FC Barcelona. It is also the largest football stadium in Europe, capable of accommodating 98,787 spectators. You can visit the Stadium Museum to learn about the history and honors of FC Barcelona. In addition, there are many wonderful places in Barcelona. It is such a unique city that it is worth exploring and discovering.